All right, let's get started. So, please title this 8.1, and it is the circumference of circles. Now, you can pause this at any time. So, if you don't have your notebook out and a pencil or something to write with, now would be a good time to pause the video and go get those things. I'm going to try to model this just like I would teach in the classroom. But obviously, you have to listen to my voice instead of see my wonderful face in the front of the room. So, here's the title of your lesson. We're going to work on this lesson all week long. I'm trying to take it slow because I know obviously it's a little more challenging to learn probably online than it is in class. So, here we go. Feel free to pause at any time. Here's your title, 8.1 Circumference of Circles. And I figured out how to draw perfect circles. I'm so proud of myself. So draw a circle on your paper. It doesn't have to be that perfect. And I'm going to show you a few things. In the very middle of the circle, that's what we call the center. And then we have diameter. Diameter is all the way across the circle. So here's a few vocabulary words for you. And then the radius is halfway across. I'm going to change my colors so it's not so confusing. So here's your radius. So diameter is all the way across. And your radius is halfway across a circle. And then, of course, the center, I wish I had changed the colors. That's just the middle point right there on your circle. So, in the lesson title, let's use blue. In the lesson title for circumference, you probably need to know what that actually means. It's basically the perimeter of a circle. So, it's the distance around the outside of the circle. So, I'm going to write perimeter, or distance around the outside of a circle. And so in order to find the circumference, you need to know things like the radius or the diameter of a circle. That's why I gave you those vocabulary words. Let me draw another circle. And let's say that you have a length that looks like this. Oops, that's not a length. Undo. There we go. A length that looks like this. It's supposed to be straight across the circle. It's all the way across. So again, that has to be the diameter. Let's say that our diameter for this circle is 20 feet. So if the question said, what is the radius? You would tell me that it's half of 20 feet. 20 feet is all the way across. The radius is halfway across. So our radius of this circle is going to be 10 feet. Okay. I hope you're with me so far. It feels weird teaching like this. All right. Let me draw one more circle for an example over here. It is red this time. I don't want it to be red. I'm undoing that. I want it to be black. Let's try again. There we go. So here's another circle. And let's say this time I'm showing you the diameter is up and down. It doesn't matter. And this time I'm saying that my diameter is 7 feet. Again, if your question is, what is the radius? You would just cut that in half of 7. And you guys are welcome to still use calculators. That's fine. We've got 7 divided by 2. That would give me 3.5 or 3.5 feet. So the radius is half the diameter. Radius would be 3.5 feet. All right, let me clear my screen. So pause it if you need to. And this time I'm going to go backwards. So instead of giving you the diameter, I'm going to give you the radius. So draw a circle here. Oops. There we go. So halfway across this time, let's say I tell you this is 8 meters. This would be the radius because it's halfway across. And so if the question said, what is the diameter? You would tell me that the diameter is 16 meters. So you basically just double the radius. Let's do one more example. This time I'll make the radius start there and go up. So again, this is the radius because it's halfway across. And let's say this time it is 6 meters. So if I was asking you for the diameter, again, you would double that because the diameter is all the way across a circle. So 6 times 2 is 12. So we've got 12 meters for our diameter. So your assignment that correlates with this video, and it's on the bottom of the screen that you just came from. It's technically textbook page 321, numbers 1 and then numbers 3 through 8. It just asks you to find the radius, and it just asks you to find the diameter of different circles in your textbook. Now, I don't want you to send me pictures of your textbook, kind of like I would check by walking around the classroom. I'm actually going to have you do the assignments in Big Ideas in Clever, just like I had that little 4-question assignment from last week. If I were you, I would still write out your work in your notebook. That way, if you need to ask me for help, maybe you can send me a picture of that. We'll work on that though. But again, I would recommend you complete that short assignment before going on and viewing the next video. One at a time here. Good luck. You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work. I miss you all.